Hi everybody, welcome, welcome. Let me know if you can hear me, please. And if you already know you're gonna like this, please give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, take your time. um, so if you don't know me, you may not know that you're super welcome to watch. This is not like a closed group of people. I am healing a set group that has already pre-purchased, set group of 100 people in 9 different countries. Sorry, I forgot to say Canada on Friday. Canada is one of the 9 countries that the people I'm healing are in. I tend to forget people that are in Canada. I mean, I don't forget them at all. I just forget that they're in Canada. Maybe that sort of Canadian humility or something. So I know of 2 people that I'm healing in this group of 100 people that are in Canada. So if there may be another Canadian that I've been working with for a while that I've just forgotten that you're Canadian. So if so, please email me and let me know that you're Canadian. Remind me that you're Canadian because I'm sure it's in my notes and I just forget. So sorry about that. Americans are so arrogant that, people in other countries seem very humble in comparison. Anyway, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, good. Thank you so much. I did get one person's chat saying they could hear me. Thank you. Um, yeah, feel free to say hi if you want at the start. Hello, hello. Up to you, of course, but that's cool and fun and cute. So this is the 3rd healing in the set of 3 healings, but it's a good standalone one too. But it is sort of the finale of the 3 healing set that we've been doing, called the triplet set. This one, the theme is peace of mind and hearing your angels. And there will be 2 sub-themes, at least. And one sort of newish technique today as well. So lots of good stuff. Good morning, good morning. Good morning to my people all over the world, including Canada. Hopefully Canada has like a mellowing influence on the US because they're our neighbor. It's not been working lately, but maybe it would be even worse if we didn't have Canada next to us. Perish some thought. But, oh yeah, sub-themes. Sub-themes for today. Tuesday, August 8th, 2020. September. Gosh, I'm in such denial about September. This happens every year, though. So it is September, and that's okay. It's a September support group. Yeah, so anyway, this September triplet set, peace of mind, hearing your angels. 2 sub-themes are, well, because it's Tuesday, home healing is a sub-theme for every Tuesday triplet healing throughout the rest of the year, 2020. So home healing will be a sub-theme. And Archangel Jophiel surprised me last night. She said that she is going to help with some home healing during this healing. So Archangel Jophiel. So I don't know at what point in this healing that'll happen, but at some point. So later, if you're listening as a video and you're like, oh, I only want to listen to that part, you would go down to the comment section and within a day or two, I will finish all the text summary and text timestamp links, and then you can just see Jophiel home healing and then click to that if you want. Okay, but anyway, so that's one sub theme is home healing in general. We'll see what we do besides Jophiel's stuff, whatever she's doing. I don't want to box her in. We'll let her decide what she's going to do. But then the other sub theme is motivation, because with peace of mind, with this triplet set, hearing your angels, peace of mind, we did this technique called MA for short, magnetic alignment of chakras. I have such a bad memory that, well, I don't like using the word bad, but I don't have much memory, so I'm like, MA, what does M stand for? So magnetic alignment, and it's a way to extra align your chakras that's very much extra. It's like, whoa. And it strengthens the aura a lot more, and therefore discourages a lot of random beings that would otherwise be trying to steal your energy, and they just go away, which is huge. And then, of course, we've been working on peace of mind and all that. So people's fear has gone down. Not everybody's, and we'll be doing a new technique today to help with clearing fear more. I think I'm gonna call it, we'll see what I call it, but it'll have something to do with chakra residue. That like sometimes the chakras can like sweat out, sort of impurities that need to clear, and they build up in the first layer of the aura, right in front of and right behind all the chakras. And that blocks up your first layer too much, so that contributes to anxiety and fear rather than courage. So chakra residue or chakra oppression residue, something like that. That's what it'll be called. So that we'll do today too. I am excited about that. So that's new. I didn't see the need. I'm sure it would have always helped, but I didn't see the need for it until we did this magnetic alignment, which really helps people get like way more in their chakras. And so that the gucky stuff kind of sweats out more that you need to release. And so I saw like some people really were like extra clamped up, like right in front and right behind of chakras. So it's easy to clear. It's not like energy blocks, really. Well, it's different because it kind of oozes out and just stays there in a big It's technically energy blocks. Yeah, so it's not like, this like completely new concept that you could never imagine. So that's why I'm sort of hesitant to call it a new technique, but it is. It's just a logical new technique. So it's like, oh yeah, of course. So we'll be clearing that. That'll help also clear fear. But anyway, so to get to the point, to get to my point, motivation. A lot of people motivate themselves through fear, through panic. Like, oh my God, I gotta leave the house. Or this is late. I have to finish it now. And so they really, that's part of why they end up procrastinating because they don't really have that fear until it's towards the last minute. And so then they get their fear buzz and then they do it. So that's motivation through fear. So what's the opposite of motivation through fear? The opposite of motivation through fear is, through enthusiasm, through, inspiration, through, knowing the deeper meaning of something and being like, yes, I am very motivated. Yes, I am choosing this and I am motivated to do it. Intentional choices, mindfulness, all that's the opposite of fear-based motivation. And since we've cleared so much fear, most people have cleared a lot of fear in this set, and they actually feel a lot less fearful. More and more people in their surveys said, well, now I have no motivation. Yeah, I feel really relaxed and really peaceful, and thank you very much, Janet, but I don't want to do a darn thing now. This might become a problem. Or one person, she'd been aware of this for a while. Like, I really have motivation problems now. So, we're going to work on that in this today. And we're going to work on it also. It'll be a sub-theme in the Healing Masterclass that we're doing in 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks now. On the third Sunday. So that would be September 20th. It's sold out already, of course, but if you haven't bought it, you could heal yourself and watch anyway. Yeah. The theme is healthy family boundaries, which is this legendary theme. Oh, the healthy family boundaries set. Well, it's not a set; it's just a one healing. But the archangels are going to help, so they find a way to make it as beneficial as 3 healings somehow. So it's always interesting. But anyway, but there's going to be a sub theme of positive motivation for that Healing Masterclass as well. That's what the angels just told me. We're going to call the opposite of motivation through fear-based motivation, and then the opposite is positive motivation. So there are technical, it's like your energy system is like a car with all the different car parts, and so if you have a certain problem, like in a car, if a certain, if it won't start or this or that happens, you check certain things in your car, right? So same thing with your energy system. If a certain symptom happens, you know what chakras do what, what parts of your energy system do what. You can get sort of like a short list of things to double check. Like, oh, okay, well, therefore I'm going to check this, this, and this. And if you don't know enough about chakras yet, for that, it's okay. You can learn it over time. If you want to fast track some of that, I do have that 2-page free chakra handout. You could email me for that, janet@janetwrightreadings.com, and I would send it to you. It's not a big deal for me. It's a 2-page handout that just says all the 7 chakras and what each one does, the different ways that the chakras help you. Each one helps differently. But anyway, so motivation, positive motivation, that's not fear-based, is there are a couple building blocks. So going from the top down, what are the building blocks what are the the sort of the car parts that make positive motivation? So creative rings above your head, 3 gold creative rings above your head, they generate creative inspiration energy and send it down to your 7th chakra. So big deal. And that is, so I would say if we're looking top down, that's the first thing that is part of positive motivation are your creative rings, do they function? Are they whole? Are they unblocked? Are they generating enough gold light to go down into your 7th chakra? 7th chakra, to a certain extent, I would say is a building block for positive motivation. This is just like confidence and, choices, decisions, and, so if it's blocked, you might feel too indecisive, and that short circuits your motivation. So we'll say 7th chakra also is an ingredient for motivation. 6th and 5th, not as much. 4th chakra is the next one I would list. So creative rings, 7th chakra, 4th chakra. 4th chakra is one of its abilities is motivation. So 4th chakra. 3rd chakra kind of You know, because third chakra is actually taking the action. So we could put that on the list. And then Kundalini, the Kundalini chakra beneath the first chakra. The Kundalini chakra I would put as the sort of the final aspect of the list. So the Kundalini chakra gives you this little like electric pep, and you want it off completely when you sleep. And so if you wake up and you feel like too energized, that's probably because your Kundalini chakra turned on, and so you have to like stop it, turn it off again, your Kundalini chakra, so that it doesn't, you know, send this fiery motivation, you know, peppiness up your spine so you can sleep. But during the day, you could turn it on, you know, and a lot of people like that. One of the people that said, you know, I haven't been motivated in a while, and it's a real problem. Her Kundalini's been off, and your Kundalini can turn off for like years at a time, and you just, because it's not like you're in a dark room, you know, I mean, you don't, it's not so obvious maybe. So Kundalini, when it's really revved, is a sexual energy. So, you know what that's like. You know, sexual desire, urges, you know, horniness is a term used in English for, you know, really feeling that sexual drive, right? But if Kundalini is like at a medium level or a low level, it's this sort of peppy motivation and charisma and spunkiness, and so that doesn't have to be sexual, you know, particularly if it's low. It's like it can just be, add that to your focus and your drive, and you got a fun, motivated day, you know? So that I would put on the list for sure, the Kundalini chakra, and just getting that a little woken up, so it sends a little moderate amount of, say, red Kundalini energy up your spine. So that's positive motivation. But we will, so you can do it the mechanics way and just make sure all that stuff is working, which is good to do. Oh, probably, yeah, we should put on the list your shoulders too, because shoulders and arms, it has to do with taking action, manifesting, stuff like that. So you need this flow in order to feel like, yeah, I want to do work today. I'm going to do it. Boom, 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 boom. If your shoulders are too blocked, you'll just be like, work is important, but not right now. You know, but if you get this flowing and the other things on the list, then, you know, you can choose to do work and kind of feel the meaning underneath it, and why you care. You can care about it. Heart chakra is caring. But everything else sort of adds the whole, yeah, let's do it. So that's positive motivation. So we will add that today, just because fear-based motivation is so common for people. And now that we've gotten rid of a lot of the fear, I don't want to leave everybody just, you know, sort of all pieced out and not ever doing anything ever, you know, because then people will eventually just kick themselves back into their fear-based motivation again. And we've like sort of lost the benefit of having that peacefulness, you know, because if you need your fear in order to motivate, then you're not going to maintain your peacefulness. You're not going to see the, you know, you're going to sacrifice your peacefulness in order to get stuff done if fear is what pushes you, right? So you need deeper things to push you, like caring, like, you know, being enthusiastic and having inspiration. So that's positive motivation. So that will be a part of today. And also, like I said, part of the Healing Masterclass coming up on September 20th, which is already blockbuster because it's for healthy family boundaries. Oh, and just to be clear, because I talk about things that are sold out, even if you're a new person, you've never worked with me before, on the 15th, you'll be able to go, which is, you know, what, 7 days from now, you'll be able to go on my website and purchase in the afternoon on the 15th. You'll be able to purchase a group healing for November. there'll be the triplet set of 3 healings, and then there'll be the healing masterclass you can choose from. And you can go on my website right now and view all themes through November 2021, and including the November theme, so you can think about it. And but anyone can purchase them on the 15th until they sell out, which, you know, we'll see how long that takes. But anyway, I just want to make that clear. And that's it. Yeah, so let's get going. We will do a little bit of clearing avoidance too, because I'm so in love with that avoidance librarian thing that we did on August 11th of 2020. Really August, I'm not saying August and stuff, September and stuff. So on August 11th, 2020, we did part of what we did in that Tuesday healing. We did avoidance librarian as an exercise. So we'll do a little bit of it today too, just because I adore it. And I adore it because it's very effective. So we will do avoidance librarian today. Because I think it does also, not just because it's crazy cool, but because I noticed one participant who filled out their survey. Thank you everyone who filled out surveys. They really do help me think and help me help the angels to point out different things to me about, you know, how I need to do the next healing. So I appreciate the time that people take filling out those surveys. Thank you, thank you. But one person, she was talking about a lot of what is unhappy for her, you know, not because of the healings, but you know, just because of like family events and stuff. And I noticed she was particularly avoidant, like that there's some sadness and some loneliness that she just has not cleared. And she just keeps like over immersing herself in other people's lives to block it out. And so I think if, you know, that also makes people work against their own peace of mind, right? If you're avoiding things, if you're avoiding clearing your pain, right? And how you do that is to create chaos for yourself and overgive and overfixate on others, that you're screwing your peace of mind on a daily basis, right? So if we could just melt away some of your avoidance librarian parts of you, and give your book of avoidance to your angels a couple times, then you can clear that sadness and loneliness. And then now you don't have to mess with your peace of mind. You don't have to overgive. You don't have to manifest chaos, because you can just chill out and feel how you feel, because it won't be so bad because you're not avoiding your stuff anymore. So you see? Let me see how many people are watching, just because nobody's chatty, so I'm not sure how many people are here. Okay. Hello, guys. All right, cool. So with the positive motivation, I listed the things for the, you know, like if you're a mechanic and, you know, if you're an energy mechanic and you want to be have positive motivation, what you would heal. We may or may not do it that way today. We may do it that way on the 20th of September, we'll see. But there's another way to do it too, that one of the, either today or on the 20th I'll do, which is for positive motivation, which is just finding these parts of you, finding your inner motivator parts of you that are kind of asleep on the job and giving those parts of you healings. You know, maybe you have one inner motivator part of you that's like sad, and so we'll give her a healing so she's not sad anymore. You know, one part of your inner motivator might just be like completely confused. Yeah. And so we'll give her a healing so that she snaps out of it, so she's like, oh, okay. Or he, depending on what gender you use. Okay. So sub-theme positive motivation, sub-theme avoidance librarian, sub-theme chakra oppression residue clearing, magnetic alignment for sure, home healing with Archangel Jophiel, and then just overall whatever people need. That's all. Oh, so exciting. All right, cool. So we'll have a quiet moment, quiet like minute or two, as I look at myself and the participants, and then I will start by some quiet work, and then I'll explain. So quiet about a minute or two. So you can just breathe and chill out and relax while that happens. All right, thanks for waiting. So when you heal yourself, hands are important. If you're using hands, which I would suggest you do, unless you're cooking or driving or something, or you're on a train. So just be aware of your hands, be aware of the energy flow down your arms. And you can go ahead and imagine a copy of your shoulders and your arms and your neck. We worked on this in the Sunday healing, the energy flow in the shoulders and arms and neck. And I am motivated to do that more. Part of why we need to do it is because we unblocked flow in the chakras in this area, 5, 4.5, and 4, in order to help you hear your angels more and have more peace of mind. Again, 5, 4.5, 4.5 is like right there, and then 4, of course, center of chest, right? So 5, communications, verbal, but also nonverbal, telepathy, hearing angels, hearing energy. And then 4.5 right there helps the 5th chakra and helps, generate a lot for the shoulders. So some energy goes up and supports the 5th, and a lot goes down the shoulders, the arms. The 4th chakra, motivation, self-love, self-care, caring, enthusiasm. So anyway, we open these up a lot, and I want to check those out, make sure they're nice. But anyway, with all that extra flow, then a lot more is going to want to come down your shoulders and your arms from all these upper chakras. And so been working on helping people to open up this area so it's not so tense and closed down. So you can just imagine a copy of this area, like a 3D copy of this whole area, shoulders and neck and lower head, and just make a copy up in front of you of your shoulders, neck, and head. And it's like there's just heaviness from past lives around here, like a giant scarf, but it's like iron and just holding you down from different past lives. And so you could just use gold light and imagine enough of that to clear right now, a gentle, safe and gentle amount for you to clear right now. And sometimes there are beings that go with these burdens that you've been sort of saddled with on your shoulders. So you could just imagine a line out in front of you of any sort of, negative beings that are linked up with this weight on your shoulders, and just, imagine them and say, angels, can you recycle those beings? You imagine them at a distance so they're not spooky. Well, they don't have to be spooky either way, but you know what I mean. Like, imagine them at a distance and say, angels, can you get rid of those beings? Recycle them, please. So then, like I said, you imagine that sort of just heavy, it's sort of like, like a cast iron pan. It's kind of that kind of energy, just really, really heavy black metal kind of vibe. And you just use gold light and kind of change the shape of it so that you can hand it to your angels. Just lift it off, say, angels, here you go. And just do more of that. Just lift off more of it and give it to your angels. So we'll do more of that, but I want to ground people more, help people to ground more, help people to have, better aura flow and stuff. And then we'll go back and do more of it. But basically that's what would we call that? Clearing shoulder burdens, shoulder, neck burdens. So let's do grounding, more grounding, unblocking, and then we'll do aura repair. And then, like I said, we'll go back and do more of that, getting rid of shoulder burdens. So grounding, of course, I would suggest it be as wide as your whole aura, and your aura can be this wide, just as an example. If you just let your aura expand and have as much flow as possible. And then, so you imagine your grounding, I would suggest that you imagine your grounding coming up as high as your third chakra. So it's like a big waterfall or tree trunk or beam of light that goes up that high, and it's wide as your whole aura on all sides, and it stays wide all the way down. So you make it red or orange or yellow, just with your imagination or your intention. And then you unblock your grounding using gold light from your hands, your hand chakras and your fingertip chakras. You could also use like a gold hose or a gold flamethrower, you know, because one person said that, well, whenever I try to heal myself, my arms feel really heavy, like weirdly heavy. I think she had a few beings, so I got rid of them for her. But sometimes maybe for other reasons, you just don't feel like using your arms. So you can just use a flamethrower, you know, imagine like a big hose, you know, that shoots out gold fire, you know, or gold water or something, or lots of gold suns. You know, there are always many ways to do something in healing. But anyway, so you use gold light, you imagine the energy blockages in your grounding, and you melt them. And try to look for new ones. Try to open up your awareness to new blockages that you didn't know were there but have been there all along. That's how you grow, is you keep your mind open to these sort of healthy clearing and healing possibilities. You know, don't just assume like, it's fine. It's fine. You can always unblock more. So what are we doing? Unblocking your grounding. Just imagining energy blocks in your grounding. They can look like big chunks of rock or books or, you know, whatever, something heavy and hard, not flowing. And so you melt it with gold light, and just keep breathing, because if you're trying too hard, that's resistance, and so it glues it into place. So just breathe, wiggle your toes. And my clients that worry that they're resisting and they can't stop resisting and don't worry, just maybe breathe, you know, just breathe as you do your work. That'd be good enough. You know, deep breaths. So we're unblocking grounding. We're just becoming aware of blocks in our grounding that maybe weren't there before, or maybe they've been there all along. Like, for example, maybe your grounding is blocked. You have blocks in your grounding that make it harder for you to do taxes and do bills. So those blocks are still there. It's just that you kind of don't see them. You know, they affect you when you try to do bills, and suddenly you have no grounding. So just melt away whatever energy blocks have been there that you've kind of not realized. You know, one of my younger, my 16-year-old guy that I'm healing, he has blocks that get in the way when he's trying to do homework or do something, you know, like a chore around the house. So we could just find those energy blocks that get in the way of, you know, putting away laundry. You know, that's one of my, I can wash it, but putting it away, that sort of blows my mind a little. So I have blocks in my grounding that I need to melt, so that putting away laundry doesn't seem twice as hard as washing it. All right, so that was unblocking grounding. So then let's do aura repair and just aura healing too. Because you may, the safer you get, then the less your aura is ripped up. So you may not need to repair, but it's always good to check. And if you at all feel bad or stressed, really, really look for aura damage, or with your intention, just heal your aura damage and gold light. You don't have to be able to see energy to do any of this. Just use your imagination, your thought, your intention. Just imagine the bubble out in front of you for your aura, and Just have the gold light find the rips in your aura so that you can heal them. And if, say, you're, more intermediate or advanced and you know that there's no rips, then just look around, sense each layer of your aura. Maybe, above your head, check each layer for flow, 7th on down. Do you have optimal flow in your 7th layer up there, 6th layer, 5th layer? And then you can do that beneath your feet too, because those are probably the most key spots, the very top and the very bottom of your aura. You can look for, what's triggered in your aura. Because there can be things that are triggered that affect you, but maybe it's more subconscious. So it just makes you a little edgy or a little forgetful or something. Although I'm forgetful just as my default. It's not because of energy blocks. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. So you can look also, that's another fun thing. Look in your aura. The ones that are triggered are going to be in front. So in the front half of your aura. So you just look for energy blocks that are triggered and melt them. Extra gold light. So if you're feeling lonely or sad, anything that's unpleasant, you're triggered and you have energy blocks in front that you can melt. I have one participant and, on her survey, and I'm very grateful for her survey and everyone else's, but she's like, well, I feel pretty good now, Monday, but usually I feel worse and worse during the week because my workplace is toxic. She wrote it in all caps. So, yeah, okay. So, but like the problem with, words like that is then you're just going to blame it on your work and, let your energy go downhill all week and just be like, well, it's my workplace. I need to get out of here. Rather than being logical and solution oriented, sure, maybe look for another job at the same time, but you're just getting triggered, which is why you would say all caps about your workplace and use a word like toxic. It's toxic. So you're triggered. So go ahead and look in the front of your aura. What triggers? If you get more triggered during the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday than Monday, well then fine. It's still, the energy is still there already. It just isn't as triggered. So just say, okay, well, what's the front of my aura look like on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? And look for those energy blocks and melt them now. The back of your aura, move it out so it's as big as the front of your aura. A lot of people, their back of their aura gets all compressed, which messes up with the releasing of all the chakras, and it messes up with your safety back here because if it's compressed, then it's more stagnant, and so it's less safe. So just poof it out everywhere and just get the back of your aura nice and flowing. And beneath your feet. This morning, my layers 3, 2, 1 under my feet were more stagnant, so I just imagined those and melted it's like you're standing on a solid floor when it's not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to just be flowing, and then that way if you want to release stuff down your grounding, it just like falls through real easily. But I had too much stagnation in layers 3, 2, 1 down here, so you just kind of focus on that. And how do you learn that? Well, you just intuitively check up here first and just be like, okay, 7th flowing nicely, yeah, 6th flowing nicely, 5th flowing nicely, 4th, ooh, 4th is weird. you know, and that you just kind of practice using your intuition. That way you can just kind of quickly orient. But that may not work for your mind. Like you may not like numbers, you know, for example. So like thinking about your aura layers like that might not work for you. But at least you could then think of the upper part of your aura. And is it easy to come all the way down, you know, into all your chakras in the morning, you know, so you can think of it without maybe thinking about your numbers if that freaks you out. So the top of your aura, get that nice and flowing. So people's 3-2-1 is a little too compressed up here. Aura layers 3-2-1, which is why I'm spending extra time. There we go. So third kind of expanded, so then 2-1. 2 expanded, 1 is better. Okay, so beneath the feet, 7, 6, 5. 5 is a little crunchy. There we go. Getting better, getting better, getting better. 4 is a little crunchy. There we go. 3. Beneath the feet. We're unblocking the aura beneath your feet by going layer by layer. Third layer beneath your feet. Yeah, second layer. We're going closer and closer to the feet. It's like 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2, 1. So I think this is a good time to just taking notes so later I can put notes in the comment section. I think this is a good time to do that clearing the chakra oppression residue. And again, if you're one of my clients who freaks out every time I introduce a new topic, like there's going to be a test or something and I'm saying too many words, just relax. There's not going to be a test. If you remember it, you remember it. If you don't, you don't. If you want to take notes, great. If you don't, that's fine too. This is not school. Don't have any flashbacks, okay? No, there's not an exam at the end of this. It's okay. But anyway, chakra oppression residue. I said it during my little lengthy intro. Because we did the magnetic alignment, which we will do again, but because we did that for Friday and Sunday, people are sweating out into their first layer, just right in front of all the major chakras and right behind all the major chakras and up here. Sweating out just extra, oppressive energy from past lives and from this life. And so it's like this band of hard energy, it's not fun, in the first layer, right in front of and behind all the chakras. And, it's that's always a good place to clear. But with, like I said, with magnetic alignment, people are coming in so much more that there's just extra gunk there, which is why I noticed it. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's a thing. So it's a thing. So let's clear it. So you just imagine that immediately in front of all your major chakras, including up here above the 7th, and then immediately behind all the major chakras. So just right in the first layer of the aura. So just right up against the skin, and just imagine that in the hard gunk, which the official term I'm saying is chakra oppression residue that just kind of, sweats off of your chakras, oozes out as you get more present. And just use a lot of gold light and take your time, because this is, it's not like sunny, cheerful energy. It's just stuff that you got from different oppressive situations in past lives. So you just chill out, maybe set it all on fire with gold fire, so then you don't have to do the work. Just take your time, don't rush, wiggle your toes. It's kind of like hardened volcanic lava, you know, like it's just like it's all hard and blackened. So don't get too mired in what you're doing. You know, relax, it's okay. Maybe have a beverage moment to lighten the mood. So what are we doing? We are melting chakra oppression residue or gunk that oozed out of your chakras as you got more present. So right in the first layer of the aura, right in front of all the major chakras and right behind all the major chakras. You know, so in front of and behind your spine, basically, and on the top of your head. So just that strip of space, and you're just gonna melt your hardened gunk there. And this helps all chakras, you know, this helps all chakra flow. So it will help peace of mind and hearing your angels, but it also could help, you know, the first layer a lot. So courage, safety, and abundance. I don't know if you can hear that sound. One of my dogs is snoring. So we're melting chakra oppression residue that is in the first layer of the aura, even right above the head. So there's that. You see, I'm just checking everybody out, the 100 people that I'm healing, checking out how that was for them. Okay, yeah, that was good. So then now we'll go back and do the heaviness around the shoulders, the shoulder and the neck burdens, I called it. So this is the second time that we're doing it. We did it at first, we did it right at the start of this healing. So again, you just imagine a copy, a three-dimensional copy of your shoulders and your neck around, you know, in front of you, so that you can kind of get a sense of like some heaviness that's just sitting on your shoulders. Sometimes it's just right here, sometimes it's all around, including the neck area. And just be aware of some of it. Like I said before with the grounding, sometimes you can open up your awareness of things. That's sort of the infinite potential of energy healing and energy clearing, is that, you know, there's always more to clear if you want, you know, and you can be stressed out by that, or you can think it's kind of fascinating, you know, and because, you know, there's always more potential to open up your motivation, open up your flow, open up your health, open up your enjoyment. Yay! So be aware of your shoulders and your neck, and just be aware of some heaviness around it, kind of like a cast iron metal pan or something real heavy and dark. And just if there are any beings related to any of that, just imagine them in a row far off out in front of you, and just say, angels, please recycle any of those beings, all of those beings. Not any, all. So wait for your angels to get rid of the beings out of your way, because otherwise it'll be a little too trippy to get rid of the stuff. so fortunately angels work fast. So now you can do it. So just imagine that heavy stuff around your neck and shoulders that is good to release right now. And just use lots of gold light so it kind of loosens up. And you can even like break it in half, you know, so it's easier to take off your neck and shoulders and give it to your angels. I don't know about you, but that felt pretty good. But newbies, if you're like an ultra newbie, this is your first healing, chances are you didn't feel it, but it did help you. I know that sounds like some sort of a silly sales gimmick. And I apologize that that's the way healing works, but that's the way it works. The more experience you have with this, the more you can feel subtle shifts in a really nice and pleasant way. But as a newbie, you probably won't feel it, but it's still helping you. So it's hard that way, you know, even with just self-healing, you know, energy healing, you don't feel the results right away as a newbie typically, but have faith, it still works. So you just gotta kind of keep working, and then the more present you get, the more you feel it as you're working, which is motivational then, because you're like, oh, that feels better, I did good, you know. But so if you didn't feel it, you still did good. Okay, pat yourself on the back. Good job. All right, let's do another one. So be aware of your neck and shoulders and take off some neck and shoulders burdens that you have. And if there are any beings in the way of you removing this stuff, just imagine them far off in a line out in front of you and just say, angels, can you please recycle all them? Okay, so now with those beings out of the way, you can just imagine like sort of like a heavy metal iron scarf or something, you know, and just imagine it, and just you can break it in half with gold light and then just take it off and give it to your angels. The angels, here you go. And you can give yourself a little neck massage, see if that made things feel different. Neck stagnation is, well, I guess any physical pain is interesting that way, because sometimes you heal a little bit and it feels better. But sometimes you heal a little bit and it makes you more present, and then you realize the tension that's been there all along, and you're like, wow, it's really tense. It's like, well, yeah, it's been tense for 20 years. So, but hopefully we're doing it to the extent that you're going to actually feel a little better. So let's do one more. Be aware of just a whole bunch of heaviness around your neck and shoulders, which can be from past lives, and even around your like lower skull and your jaw and stuff, and just that whole region. And then just, if there are any beings in the way of you removing this, just imagine them at a distance lined up out in front of you, and just say, angels, can you please recycle all those beings? And just let your angels do that while you have a healthy beverage. And then, so the beings are out of the way. So now you can just imagine that heaviness around your lower skull, your neck, and your shoulders, and just, you can break it with gold light or just lift it off all at once and give it to your angels. The angels, here you go. So then just comb through this area and just remind yourself, hey, this is for me, I can be here. Because with all that stuff in the way, you haven't, part of you hasn't been here that could have been here for a long time. So just kind of be aware, you know, like make friends with this part of your energy field again. Just comb through your aura around your neck and shoulders, comb through the energy channels inside your neck and shoulders. So part of why we're doing that so much in this healing, and we need to do it so much in these 3 healings, is because for peace of mind and hearing your angels. Hearing your angels, 4.5 and 5 are big for that, but also love, self-love really helps you hear angels, because angels are so loving. Their advice is so, it just has this, the way they talk, it's just at this love and kindness vibration. And so if you're too blocked in love and self-love and compassion, then you won't be able to hear what they're saying. So then you think they're not saying anything at all, which is of course not true. So we've had to open this up a lot more. And so then you need to get rid of all this compression so that that extra energy can flow down your arms and also in your 4th layer and your 5th layer of your aura. So in Friday and Sunday, the last 2 healings that we did, in a lot of healings, I do the chakra and energy channel repair, with a big gold basin out in front of you. But this time the angels just want me to do it in a more literal way. So just imagine together. Imagine together your 7 major astral and 7 major physical chakras. So like when you're fully present, your astral 7th fits in your physical 7th, and your astral 6th chakra fits in your physical 6th chakra, etc., all the way down, right? So just imagine that. Just imagine those 2 sets of chakras that you have, and go ahead and use gold light and make any repairs that are needed and unblocking that you need with the gold light. And again, the other way I do it is cool too, but it's good to have variety. So we're just repairing all your major chakras. We're going to skip the minor chakras today. Yeah. When you do the gold basin thing, you do all the major and minor chakras, which is good, but we did that twice in the last 5 days, so we could just focus on the major ones this time. So if you're a newbie and you're like, God, what is she doing? You just imagine open cylinders of, each one of your chakras, your major chakras looks like an open cylinder, round opening in the front, cylinder part, round opening in the back, except for 7th, where the round opening is at the top and the bottom of your 7th. But you just make copies out in front of you. So if you don't see, that's okay. Just use your thought or your intention and say, all right, I have copies of all my major chakras out in front of me, and I'm healing them with gold light, and that's good enough. And unblock them, melt cords from other people going to your chakras. And you could leave, of course, the cord, if you have like a young child that is yours, who's like 13 or 14 or younger, leave that first chakra cord to them, but otherwise melt all the other cords. So you can again do a little bit of that chakra oppression stuff, melt some of the residue in the first layer in front of and behind all the chakras. Just kind of melt a little more of that hard stuff in the first layer around all the chakras. And then do the chakras again. And then again, clear a little bit more chakra oppression residue that's around them in the first layer. And then again, do the chakras, all your major chakras, 7 astral and 7 physical. And then we did this pixel technique on Sunday, which I like a lot. So you can do that with this. We'll just do it kind of, we're not on Friday and Sunday we did. Yeah, on Friday and Sunday we did pixel technique specifically with chakras 4, 4.5, and 5. But let's just do it in a sort of a quick way. Do pixel technique with all your major chakras. So you just imagine your copies out in front of you. And the pixel technique is basically with each round opening, it has a surface, and you just imagine 1,000 pixels in there. And you want all the pixels to be happy and healthy so that they allow your energy to flow in and out. Because the chakra opening, that's the point of a chakra opening, is your energy flows in and then flows out. And so if some of these pixels are like screwed up and dead, then the energy kind of has to work around and just come in the ones that are working, So it's like, it just stresses the whole system out. So you just imagine basically all the chakra openings and all the little pixels for all the chakra openings, and just use gold light and just let them all be restored and healed. Including at the bottom of your 7th chakra, because your 7th chakra, here's the top and the top of your head, but then the bottom of your 7th chakra is in there, the round opening of your 7th chakra, so don't forget that one. Just use pixel healing. You can even just the copy of your 7th, look at the bottom of it, like just get a copy of your 7th chakra at the bottom of it and just look at the pixels there and work on that a little bit. Again, this is the bottom of your 7th chakra. It's just a round opening. Just let the gold light do the work. Okay, and then you can let that go. So we're just doing pixel healing for all the major chakras. That's nice. Yay. Let's see where people are at. So let's do magnetic alignment. How about that? Of all the major chakras. How about that? So magnetic alignment, we did it for the first time in the Friday healing. Friday, September 4th, 2020, 4 days ago. So I will show you my amazing diagram to explain chakra alignment. Well, yeah. So basic chakra alignment is just that, your chakras should be in your main chakras, your major chakras along your spine should be in a straight up and down line. And they can actually get knocked out of whack, just like an inch or an inch and a half out of whack, one way or the other. And that's not that uncommon. If you get a really big whack and your energy, your aura gets very damaged, it just, the force of that whack can just jostle them all out of place. So then one's over here, one's over here, one's over here, etc. So basic chakra alignment is just to fix that. And that's super helpful if you need it, right? So make them all nice and relaxed, because then they kind of really cooperate better. It's very cool. So that's basic chakra alignment. So we'll do that, but that's quick. And then magnetic alignment is just that you think about these magnetic fields. The chakras have a magnetic field around them, and it's kind of like a gold box, you know, gold 3D box, but it's like very flowy. So I hesitate to use the word box. A gold flowy box. I mean, it's just this magnetic energy, right? So it's very flowy. But it's essentially the area that it occupies is sort of a box shape, except the top and the bottom are rounded. So that when you have magnetic alignment, they all click together. All these magnetic fields center around each chakra, and they click together, and it really strengthens your aura. So first we'll do regular alignment, get the major chakras in a nice relaxed up and down pattern. And then we'll heal these magnetic fields and melt away energy blocks in between them so that they sync up. And I think actually it's gonna work better now that we got rid of some of that chakra residue, the oppression residue, I'm calling it. We melted that. And if you're skipping around in this, when it's a video later and you didn't do the getting rid of the chakra oppression residue that we did earlier in this healing, you know, that could be something that you're also interested in, you know, making sure you don't skip that. But anyway, I think that the fact that we cleared that chakra oppression residue, that just the stagnant energy right around the chakras in the first layer, is gonna make this magnetic alignment even more complete and strong, which is hugely cool. Magnetic alignment, it just makes your aura a lot stronger, which is good because then it discourages a vast number of just random beings that just take people's energy. They'll just kind of sense how strong your aura is and leave you alone, which is great. So anyway, so basic chakra alignment. Yeah, if your grounding needs work, just redo it. Red or orange or yellow, nice and wide, all the way down to the core of the earth. Deep breath. You can unblock your grounding, make sure it's nice and wide and flowing all the way down. Sometimes when I say all these terms and stuff, you know, some people get like, oh, I don't understand. I don't. Oh, so if that was you, just chill out. It's okay. I mean, that's just sort of the way it is. I'm teaching advanced people and newbies in the same live stream. So, you know, just relax, and you know, you don't have to be an expert on every word that comes out of my mouth. You know, it's okay. It's on video. You can re-listen to it later if you want. Just relax, let your grounding unblock. It's okay. You're safe. It's all right. All right, so now we'll do basic chakra alignment, which is really good and important, even though I'm calling it basic. So you just imagine your 7 physical chakras and your 7 astral chakras. You can make them separate this time. Just imagine them separate. And so you have 7 physical chakras, you know, copies of your 7 physical chakras out in front of you. And just with basic alignment, you just heal them enough so that they pop back into place. So they're in a nice, smooth, up and down, straight line. So you don't force them. You just heal them to the point where they pop back into alignment. And you're using gold light, of course, from your hands and your fingertips. And this is your 7 physical body chakras along your physical body spine. All right, so that was quick and easy, right? So then your basic alignment for your 7 astral chakras. So you just imagine those astral chakras out in front of you, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just, they're all open cylinders, and just use gold light and let them relax. This is your astral body chakras, your major chakras, 7 major chakras of your astral body. Gold light. Just relax them so that they pop into place in a straight up and down line, and they work together better. People needed a little extra help with 3-2-1, so I'm just doing extra on 3-2-1. Astral body chakras 3-2-1. Alrighty, good job. So that was basic alignment of your astral body chakras. This is Bambi. All right, so then magnetic alignment, let's do it for your 7 physical chakras. All right, so you just imagine your 7 physical chakras and you imagine the magnetic fields around them. And like I said, they're kind of like gold boxes, but they're very, very flowy. So a box is not really the right word. But anyway, magnetic fields around your 7 physical chakras, 7 physical body chakras. Just use gold light. And the magnetic fields just kind of start to click into place. And just melt away any energy blocks in between these magnetic fields of your chakras. Deep breath. Wiggle your toes if you need to. Lots of gold light in your magnetic fields of your chakras, your physical body chakras. And do a little bit extra in the in-between spots, you know, between the magnetic fields, because you can get energy blocks there, right? So just a little bit extra in between the magnetic fields. So we did 7, I just did 7 and 6, that in between magnetic fields 7 and 6 of your physical body, in between magnetic fields 6 and 5 of your physical body. So magnetic field, you have a magnetic field around your 6th chakra and then around your 5th chakra, right? And so you want them to sync up. And between 5 and 4, again, physical body, chakras 5 and 4, 5 and 4. Each one has a magnetic field around it, so you're just healing those magnetic fields so that they start to center around the chakra and click together. 4 and 3. I think now I'm going to just do 4, 3, 2, 1 all at once. So the magnetic fields around physical body, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is actually, a lot of times people ask me about nightmares, you know, like, oh, I had a nightmare last night. What, why? Or, you know, whatever. They'll just mention it. So doing magnetic alignment of your physical body chakras, does it give you nightmares? Kind of, but you can clear them, because what happens is you've been harboring, say, repressed fear, and it's been affecting you maybe lifetimes, you know, this one little piece of repressed fear. And so now with magnetic alignment, it's like halfway cleared, but it's not fully cleared. So it's triggered and it's in your first layer of your physical body. So then you have this, you go to sleep and your brain makes it into a story, you know, and it's still just an energy block. So technically magnetic alignment kind of gave you a nightmare, because it pushed out this fear energy block that's been holding back your courage and safety and abundance for lifetimes. And now you just got to finish the job and melt it away. So let's just do blanket. Let's do, again, like right in front of your aura, because sometimes blanket exercise, if these are really stubborn, stuck energy blocks, you don't put them on the blanket. So let's just do it right in place. Just melt away nightmare energy blocks. Nightmare energy blocks are just energy blocks that are in front of your body's energy field, and they're not clearing because they're kind of stuck. And so you don't want to have a nightmare about it, right? I mean, nightmares, it's not a big deal. It's not real. It's just, it feels real, you know? So just melt your nightmare energy blocks so that you don't have to have a nightmare. And if you do, just wake up and melt the blocks and go back to sleep, right? Don't just wake up and go back to sleep, because you may have not cleared all the energy blocks. So then you'll have nightmares for like 3 days straight, which is, you know, that's no fun, right? So melt your nightmare energy blocks. Just think of the area right here in front of all your physical body chakras, physical body in particular, because those are the blocks that give you nightmares. Sometimes astral body energy blocks, keep you from going to sleep. But if you can sleep and then you have a nightmare, chances are that's a physical body energy block. So I guess, maybe we'll do both at once. So imagine your physical body and your astral body, you know, in the same space. And so then do both physical body and astral body clearing right here, so that you'll be able to get to sleep, go back to sleep, but also you won't have nightmares. So just relax, let the gold light do the work, wiggle your toes. We are melting energy blocks right in the front of your astral body aura and your physical body aura. Anything that is contributing to nightmares or contributing to sleep problems, like not being able to go to sleep, not being able to go back to sleep, stuff like that. All right, good job, guys. So that was a little detour we did in the middle of, just after doing magnetic alignment for your physical body chakras, we decided to clear energy blocks in the front of the body that cause nightmares, and in the front of the astral body that cause sleep issues. So that's cool. So now we can do magnetic alignment of the 7 astral body chakras. So you just imagine your 7 astral body chakras, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, meaning the round opening for the 7th goes up and down. The round opening for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 goes front to back, right? So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 of the astral body, and just, they're already basically aligned, so now you heal the magnetic field around your 7 astral body chakras. Seems like that they're aligning much more fully and completely since we did the the chakra oppression residue. We cleared the chakra oppression residue. It seems like that was really standing in the way of a more thorough magnetic alignment. Basically, if you get the guk out of the way, things click together better. And when things click together better, your aura is a lot stronger, and therefore it discourages invasive beings. So, makes sense, right? Less guk is good, more flow is good, stronger aura is good, right? All right, so we did magnetic alignment. Congratulations. Bambi's sitting on my notes. Bambi! There we go. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry. She's such a sweetie, though. I don't want to discourage her. All right, so let me check out where people are at. Let's do a little avoidance librarian work just because I love it. So avoidance librarian, with avoidance librarian, we did it. My favorite recording of it is the August 11th, 2021. 2020. August 11th, 2020. The avoidance librarian stuff we did on that. But we're going to just do a little version of it now. So, So with avoidance librarian, you just acknowledge that there are multiple, not just one, even though we're going to clear one at a time, but there are multiple parts of you that are helping you, encouraging you to be avoidant. They're stuck. They're like the opposite of motivated. They're like, no, let's not do that. You know? So they, your avoidance librarian, parts of you really are at the root of your avoidant behavior, and you're repressing things rather than clearing them efficiently, and so it's making life way harder than it needs to be, these avoidance librarian parts of you. So that's fine. So you just imagine these parts and you heal them, and as you heal them they just dissolve, and then you don't have that avoidance librarian part of you anymore, so you're less avoidant, which is really helpful. It was a part of the love life triplet set. Ironically, you'd think, why? But you tend to get along with people better that know you well, if you're not avoiding parts of within you. Like one person in their survey, she actually got along better with her sister, who she usually does not get along with. She felt it was easier to be around her sister after doing more of that avoidance librarian work. And I think that's in part because, siblings, they know your baggage. They know a lot of it because they were around during your childhood, right? And so on a subconscious spirit level, they kind of acknowledge it, even if they're not, touchy-feely and talking about it. They just see it. And so it kind of gets triggered. So you might dislike your siblings more and be more irritable around them and find them harder to handle because you're avoiding some of this childhood baggage that they're subconsciously acknowledging. So the more you get rid of your avoidance librarian, the more you hand all that stuff to your angels, you're not uncomfortable as much around these people, including around your husband or your wife or your ex or whatever. Okay, so avoidance librarian. Let's do it now that I've explained it. So just imagine, like, maybe put a chair out in front of you at a distance if you want, and just imagine this avoidance librarian part of you. So it's a part of you, and just sit that avoidance librarian part of you into the chair. And you could say hi to this part of you if you want, hey, how are you feeling? What's bothering you? If you have a sense of humor about it, it usually works better. Just seeing what this part of you is bothered by. It's not that it's not you, it is you, but it's just such a strong, potent version of what bothers you. It's like a very bitchy version of you, very complainy, bitchy, upset, whatever version of you. So you don't have to get to know this part of you. You could just melt it right away. But anyway, so now go ahead and give that part of you a healing. Just surround that part of you with lots of gold light. Let that part of you know it's okay, it's all right, it's okay. And just lots of gold light. And the gold light will, heal this part of you so that then that part of you just dissolves and is no longer, a separate bitchy part of you. So let's do another one, another avoidance librarian part of you, and you can, make a gold throne out in front of you for this avoidance librarian part of you if you want, a gold chair. And just imagine another avoidance librarian part of you out in front of you. And if you want, you can say, hi, what's bothering you? And you don't have to be aware of what this part of you says. It's just kind of amusing sometimes. So anyway, just lots of gold light and give that part of you a healing. You can say, it's okay, it's all right, and just keep using gold light. Good job. So you can definitely pause and redo that section if you want, whenever you want. It's really good to do. So that's melting your avoidance librarian part of you. And yes, you have many, many avoidance librarian parts that are subconscious, even from past lives. So you could keep doing that exercise and benefit more and more. So now we'll do a similar type of thing in a way for positive motivation. Like I in the intro, that's most of what I talked about in the intro of this live stream and video later. I talked about positive motivation and how positive motivation is the opposite of fear-based motivation. And that a lot of people, they really run on fear-based motivation. That's how they get themselves to get up in the morning and go to work and leave the house and all that stuff. And they may not realize that they're doing that. And so in allowing yourself to have fear-based motivation, you're messing with your peace of mind, because you can't have both. You can't like terrify yourself in order to do your work and also feel peaceful. It's like, they're opposites, right? So if you clear your fear, then you don't have your fear-based motivation. So then you need positive motivation, right? And in the intro, I talked about all the different parts of your energy field that help create positive motivation, right? But I don't think we're gonna, we'll see if in this healing, I'm gonna work more on it, like I said, in the Healing Masterclass on the 20th of September as a sub-theme of that one, positive motivation. But the overt theme is healthy family boundaries. But interestingly enough, part of why, not maybe all of why, of course, but part of why people get into fear-based motivation, motivating themselves through fear, is because that's how they were raised. Oftentimes, it's just easier, I think, to scare a kid into doing something as opposed to explaining to them why it matters. So like you scare a kid into doing homework. Like, well, if you don't do that homework, you're going to fail your tests. So you basically just use fear. Rather than say, well, if you don't do your homework, doing homework teaches you focus. It teaches you intelligent learning patterns that, you know, make you a highly functioning adult so that you can be really successful in your career. You can be really successful at whatever you put your mind to then. So doing homework teaches you how to be a successful person in life, basically. I mean, oddly enough, you know. So, but you have to think to realize, like, what's the purpose of this, you know, and then explain that to your 4-year-old kid or your 6-year-old kid or your 16-year-old kid, you know. And so you have to kind of tune it to a version that they'll kind of click with mentally. And that's harder than just being like, if you don't do it, you're going to be in huge trouble. So that's why most people, you know, raise their kids with a lot of fear. And then those adults then motivate themselves to go to work and pay their bills and whatever they have to do with fear themselves. They keep it going, keep the pattern going of fear-based motivation. So so whatever. So let's stop the madness, right? Let's get you positive motivation so you don't have to procrastinate and freak yourself out and make yourself late just so you get that fear buzz so that you're motivated. So I don't know why this light, my cat messed with my lighting and now it feels different. Anyway, so imagine your inner motivator that is, maybe she's too sad, she or he is too sad or too angry or too confused or too scared, you know, to do their job, right? So it's a part of you, and this part of you is actually a benevolent part of you. It's a motivator part of you, but she or he is not able to do their job, you know? And so we're going to heal them so that they can do their job, this part of you, right? So your inner motivator. And this is positive motivation. You know, that's how you get part of how you get positive motivation. The other part is, you know, the nuts and bolts, the little chakras that contribute to chakras and energy channels and stuff that help generate that motivation energy. But this is another level of working it, is to think of this part of you that's your inner motivator. Well, multiple little parts of you that are inner motivators, and heal them. Okay, so imagine, same thing, you know, kind of that we were doing before with Avoidance Librarian. Imagine a chair out in front of you, or a gold throne, or gold bench, or gold blanket, whatever you want. And have this part of you, this, say, wounded or, you know, inefficient, positive inner motivator, you know, part of you, an inner motivator part of you that needs help. You know, imagine that part of you on the blanket or the bench out in front of you. And just say, hi, how are you doing? And this part of you might be sad or angry or confused, so don't worry if that's the case. And if you want, you can pause the video and start journaling, you know, for 5 minutes about why, you know, because sometimes it is pretty interesting and educational why this part of you is not motivated, you know, can't like rally you to motivate you. But we won't have a 5-minute journaling break right now. I'll just heal this part of you. So just imagine this inner motivator part of you that needs a healing, and just heal him or her. So go ahead, lots of gold light, and tell this part of you it's okay. I can heal you. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. So you're healing a part of you that ideally should be motivating you in a positive way to do things, to care about things, but for some reason it's not. You know, that this part of you is wounded in some way or stuck in some way. So you're just going to heal this part of you, your inner motivator. So it's possible that that is likely that that part of you now feels okay and is like, yay, okay, I'm better, thanks so much. You know, if not, if you feel like that inner motivator part of you is still sad or angry or confused or whatever, just say, angels, can you finish healing this part of me? So let's do that one more time with a different part of you that is like a wounded inner motivator part of you. So imagine your wounded inner motivator part of you out in front of you and just say hi. And, you know, if you want, just for a moment or for longer, you can pause the video or whatever. But get a sense of, if you want, get a sense of how this inner motivator part of you feels, how this wounded inner motivator part of you feels. And then just give this part of you a healing. Lots of gold light. And if you know, you can say, angels, help me heal this part of me right up front if you feel like that's necessary. But just say, it's okay. You know, I can heal you. It's okay. So what are we doing? We are healing a part of you that's supposed to be an inner motivator, a source of positive motivation for you, but for some reason, you know, probably too much anger, too much sadness, too much confusion, too much fear, one of the above, too much bitterness, too much something is not happening. So you just heal this part of you, this wounded inner motivator part of you, so that he or she is better able to do their job. And if you feel like a little extra angel help is needed, just say, angels, please help me heal this inner motivator part of me. All right. So we did that 2 times. And just like the avoidance librarian exercise, you know, you can always do it more. You can always find other little parts of you that ideally should be motivating you but are not, and give them healings. And that'll help you have more and more positive motivation. So then you don't have to fall back into a negative pattern of using fear-based motivation for yourself. All right, good job, good job. So I'm going to see where everybody's out. Oh, Bambi wants to rub against the camera. No, no, no. No. So I'm just, I noticed that the back of people's aura is more dense than the front. So I'm just doing a little extra work on the back of the aura, just a lot of gold light. I think because we did that, all that overt, expressly, you know, melting away stuff that's triggered in the front that was affecting sleep and quality of sleep and also causing nightmares potentially. So no, Bambi, no, no, no. So now the back of the aura needs a little extra TLC. A little extra melting of energy blocks and stagnation. And the bottom of the aura. So neck and shoulders, just a little bit, checking in with that. Your neck and your shoulders, energy flow. You can just imagine like stuck chunks of energy in there and just keep melting them. Right. Yeah, we're in very good shape. Let's have Jophiel rock out the finale part of the finale with some home healing. So I will, Archangel Jophiel, I'm not channeling her, meaning she's not like accessing my chakras. I'm just having a conversation with her, and she's saying stuff and I'll say it out loud. So hi everybody, this is Archangel Jophiel. So yeah, this is the finale of the finale. I'm going to heal your homes. Janet has mentioned in the past that even though she did it a year ago, it's probably a bit above her pay grade to heal everybody's homes all at once. So, but it's not above mine. So as an archangel, that's something that I am able to do. So for all the live 100 participants, that's no problem. I got you. I know who you are. But for other people listening live or later as a video, you can just ask me, Archangel Jophiel, can you heal and clear my home and my property right now? But I'm going to just do that for all the 100 participants and anyone else that asks me. You know, while I'm healing and clearing your home and your property, just stay present. Just wiggle your toes. Maybe give yourself some form of stretching or hand massage or neck massage. Have a beverage that's healthy. Just give me a minute or two. I'm also going to heal your immediate neighborhood too, because otherwise there could be a bit of a backlash if your house is all of a sudden really fantabulous and fabulous and your property is all of a sudden really clear, but all your neighbors' properties are still stagnant and stuck. So I'm going to heal everyone's immediate neighborhood as well. Like around maybe a mile radius around your home. Okay, I'm done. Thanks so much. And you can ask me to do that whenever you want. You can also ask me to do that for your workplace if you work outside of the home. You can ask me, you know, just say anytime you want. Just say, Archangel Jophiel, can you please heal my workplace and anywhere around it? Can you please heal my car and anywhere around it? Another example would be if you're going to a relative's house for the holidays or a friend's house, you could say, Archangel Jophiel, can you please clean out my friend's house and the space, the area around it? You can ask your personal angels, of course, just say angels. But if it's an entire home and property, you could also ask me, an archangel. Uh, that's fine. We all work together anyway. Now I'll hand things back to Janet. That was pretty freaking cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what archangels can do. Heal 100 people's neighborhoods simultaneously in 9 countries. Yeah, that's an archangel. Very cool. So I'm gonna check people out, see how your energy's going. Yeah. My angels are explaining to me that the difference is well, of course she did everybody at once, but like say, a week from now, you're gonna go to the grocery store, you'd like the grocery store cleaned out, but you're like, the whole neighborhood could use some work. An archangel, that's very easy for them to do, like the grocery store and the whole neighborhood. So when you add on the whole neighborhood, then you may as well just ask an archangel to do it. An Archangel Jophiel is volunteering to be the one you ask. But for example, like if I go to a public restroom, I'll ask my angels to clean out the public restroom, as I'm walking in. Just clean the energy out. So that's fine. Just, say angels and, have your angels do it. You don't have to have an archangel clean out one public restroom. It's probably, not necessary. Just have your personal angels do it. Just say, angels, can you clean this out? All right. How cool. Oh, yeah. So the one thing I wanted to end with was that you can have, so hearing your angels. We talked a lot about it in the Q&A. So if you missed the Q&A 2 days ago, and you are interested in learning more about hearing your angels, I would really suggest that Q&A. It's from September 6th, 2020. It has hearing angels in the title, Q&A, hearing angels. So you can search Janet Wright QA, hearing angels. You'll find it. But if you're searching these days, it's easy. It's just, happened 2 days ago. But anyway, someone in their survey, thank you very much. She had an observation. She was like, well, can you hear other beings as your thoughts, just like you can hear angels as your thoughts? And the answer is yes. You could hear, like, say, a negative invasive being as your thought, just like you're hearing your angels as your thought. And so in her context, she was thinking about like, gee, maybe I really don't like myself, because she was having like negative self-talk about, how she looks and stuff. And she figured, well, that's probably not an angel, because angels would never be like that. They're always very loving and encouraging and supportive. They don't do whatever you want. I mean, they know better in a way, so they might be telling you, no, you need to go to bed, when you're thinking, no, I have to stay up all night, so they don't always agree with you, but they're always very loving and wise about it. So if you hear some kind of snarky negativity, there's a chance it is just some self-esteem issues that you have, and you could work your heart chakra more. But there's also a chance that it is actually just a negative being that just piped into your hearing system, and you're the giant mighty beings that don't let that disturb you and don't let that upset you. Just get rid of it. So like for me, if I ever hear something that's kind of negative or even kind of fear-based, like, oh my gosh, I hope that doesn't happen, I'll be like, I'm gonna recycle whatever gave me that thought, because it's just a negative being. So let's do that. Just line up any beings that are giving you negative thoughts, negative self-image, negative self-talk, fearful thoughts, all that stuff. So all these chatty negative beings. Line up a big lineup in front of you of chatty negative beings that are anywhere near you, that ever access you to give you fear-based thoughts or give you, negative self-esteem kind of talk, any of that. And just all your negative, chatty fear beings, negative, chatty beings, and say, angels, can you recycle all these beings? So that was recycling negative chatty beings. Just beings that are giving you thoughts that are negative about either how you look or, how you cook or, anything. Maybe feeding you resentments of people or, your fear about conspiracies or something, any of that negative talk that's just not really mellow and helpful. Just recycle the beings, have the angels recycle them. And you can do that, once you've done it en masse like that, that should help a lot. But, every now and then, even for me, it'll happen. I'll just have this kind of weird fear-based thing of like, oh, I hope that never happens. And I'll be like, seriously? And then, sure enough, there's just some being trying to, run me around with some fear. So I just have the angels recycle the being that just gave me that negative thought. So it's easy. Just say, angels, please recycle that negative thought being. Okay, you guys are awesome. So you can just bring up earth energy all the way up at red or orange or yellow, soak a little bit, and make a blanket out in front of you. Anything that's triggered by anything that we discussed or by your life, just dump what's triggered on the blanket and then melt it down. Melt the energy blocks on the blanket so they disappear. All right, and then just say, angels, can you please give me a blessing and a healing? Oh, and I forgot to say, redo your gold buffers, your super buffers. You can just let that angel blessing work. You don't have to do anything. All right, so the healing is done. Woo! This one was pretty epic. Hopefully it was a very fun ride for everybody. And I will do timestamp links in the next, today or tomorrow. And so then you'll be able to skip around if you want and do different parts. So if you want, chatting at this point is encouraged for the last minute or two while we have the live stream. If you do want to comment about any part that we just did, or how you feel right now, you can say if you healed yourself and how you feel, or if you also got a healing from me, you can say received healing and how you feel. And if you have any, any comments about any part of it, that's fine. Someone says, I'm going to catch up. So it says, good morning. Got nice hearts and flowers. Thank you so much. Where's that beautiful smile? I don't know. I mean, sometimes I smile, sometimes I don't, if I'm more focused, it's just a different vibration, and I have to hear the angels and stuff. So I'm not always smiling. That's the way it is. Someone says, hi. Holy moly, that neck weight release felt great. Oh, good. Yeah, and you can keep doing that because your spirit will let you release more, you'll be ready to release more after a good night's sleep, so you could do it daily or, weekly or whatever, but you can definitely keep doing it because people have so much stuff like that from past lives. I mean, there are just so many situations, even just in one lifetime where you can get stuff like that. So that expression, the weight of the world on my shoulders, it's very psychic, that expression. Okay, somebody else says, my neck and shoulder pain has been so much better since the Sunday healing. Thanks. Good. Good to know. Yeah, we did a bunch on blocking and stuff there. Janet, no wonder the angels talk to you because you are an angel. Well, that's very kind. I'm not an angel, but I appreciate the sentiment. Someone gives me a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, and also yeah, if you could give a thumbs up to this live stream, or if you're watching later as a video, can you please give it a thumbs up? It really does make a difference. And more people will see it, and therefore they'll heal themselves, and the world will be lighter and happier. It'll be great. Somebody says, thank you, Janet. I feel very relaxed. Was a bit sleepy this morning, but I feel really awake now. Oh, good. Yeah, that was probably that chakra residue stuff just kind of pushing against you. So yeah, someone says, thank you, Janet. How is my son doing? You know, he really needed that chakra residue stuff removed. So that helped him. I mean, right now he's in 7 through 2, which is pretty rocking. Like these days, your son after a healing, he'll be in 7 through 2. It won't last, but still, like that's really great. Even if you're, I mean, he'll be in 7 through 2 probably for like the next hour and a half, which means he's releasing emotional baggage during that time down a flow, his really well flowing grounding. So it's good. Even if you're just in a certain chakra for, you know, for a little bit, because that's how it works. Then, you know, you might, you know, and some other people might be only in their first chakra or only in their second chakra for like an hour after this healing or a day or two after this healing. But, you know, any time really helps to release all the old burdens. So then more and more you get more present there for longer, and it helps with everything. So yeah, he's doing well. He does well with these now. He's really in. You know, that's the thing. It's only a thing with like newbies. They like, I have to keep watching the newbies. I have them all like in bold on my list, and I make sure the newbies are really receiving the healing, even though they don't feel the difference. But I make sure they're really receiving it, and it's really helping. And then eventually they feel different. But with telepathic newbies, you know, same thing. But he's not. I wouldn't even consider him newbie now, because he's great at receiving them. Someone says, hi, got a healing from my husband who has been feeling sick all weekend. Was it the healing? Yeah, email me. We'll talk about it. But yeah, on my list, you got a healing for yourself and your nephew and your grandson, and then your nephew. So yeah, what's happening with your husband? I mean, you can email me about it. I'll look, but he wasn't on my list. It was your nephew and your grandson. Okay. So someone says, I was part of the healing and I really loved the being recycling at the end. Hearing negative and fear-based thoughts is a big issue for me. Yeah, I really wanted to fit that in this healing. So many things got fit into this healing. This was a very jam-packed Tuesday healing. But I'm glad you liked it. Thank you. So it says, thank you, Janet. The next shoulder burden release felt amazing. Oh, good. Yeah. And it's important we did it where each time we got rid of beings that were in the way, because sometimes these ones, the shoulder neck ones, they're like very heavy, and you got beings with it, and so we got rid of the beings first, and then we got rid of it, and then we got rid of more beings, then we got rid of more. So it's a dual process. So I'm glad that helped. So this is, I actually had a very bad digestion issue today, and I think I got whacked big time in the afternoon. I feel a lot better. Good. I think your bad digestion thing, think about what you ate yesterday, though. I think for you, that digestive thing was like, just go over, think about everything that you ate yesterday, because I think there's something there too. But you did get whacked also. I agree. But I'm glad you feel a lot better. Someone says, thank you, you're welcome. Someone says, thank you. I joined in late in the home clearing part. Can I clean the house that I am in the process of buying? Already signed the contract, but have not done the closing yet. No, if it's not yours in all legal ways possible, I would not clean it out yet. No. Have your angels, ask your angels or Archangel Jophiel like we did today, because they'll know how to do it in a way that doesn't step on anybody's toes, legally and spiritually. But yeah, until it's yours, no, I would not clean it up. But, you know, like I said, the angels can work something out so that something could probably be done for it. All right, cool. You guys are awesome. I'm gonna go do something. I don't know. But anyway, you guys were really awesome, and thank you so much. This was good, and the November group healings will go up on my website on the afternoon a week from now, September 15th. The November group healings. And you can see all my themes now on my website at janetwrightreadings.com. The sessions menu, pay here. That's where everything is. And then my next group healing, I will see you on September 20th in less than 2 weeks on healthy family boundaries, which with help from Archangel Ariel and Jophiel, with a sub-theme of positive motivation again. You're welcome. Thank you. Bye. You guys are awesome. Woohoo! Good job.